What's up, Kyle? I saw your short and figured I'd reach out. Probably a long shot, but worth it. My name's Drew. I work for an internet service provider in a travel role. I'm on the road at least 3 weeks at a time, with just 1 week home. I live in and out of hotels mostly. I work in markets from Yuma, Arizona to Joplin, Missouri. I do miss gaming a lot. Hotel life means I'm stuck with whatever channels are on TV or watching Netflix on my phone. Evenings and weekends get rough, especially in small towns when there's not much to do. If there's any chance I could be considered for a PC setup, I'd be insanely grateful. It would honestly change my downtime and give me something to actually look forward to after work. Appreciate your content, even the cork in the eye. Drew. Before we continue, this video is sponsored by CDKeyOffer.com. The retail price for Windows 11 Pro is $200, which is insane. You can buy 2 eggs with that. CDKeyOffer sells it for just $31, and right now their mid-year sale is offering 25% off everything when you use code BW20 at checkout. That brings Windows 11 Pro down to just $23.70. You can grab Windows 10 Pro for just $17 with the same code. But it's not just Windows. Use BW20 on Office products too, like Microsoft Office 2019, which you can snag for just $53. I've purchased countless keys from this website over the years, and I've never had a single issue. It's a bold statement that I'm confident saying on record because it's 100% true. The checkout process is fast and you get your key instantly. I honestly can't remember the last time I activated Windows a different way. Again, everything on the site is 25% off right now, so click the link in the description and don't miss these once-a-year deals from CDKeyOffer.com. You know, when I was younger, I forget who, but I said to them, it was an older adult, I said, I'm bored. And they go, boredom is a privilege. And I always remembered that. And while I get it, I think that's partially true, I also don't agree with it 100%, because it implies that if you're bored, you're not busy enough. You're not doing something you should be, you're being lazy. But there are a lot of people out there who have set hours for their jobs, and they don't really have a whole lot to do outside of that, especially if you're traveling a lot for work. Take Drew, for example. He lives in and out of hotels for most of his life. And I can't imagine what that's like when the bulk of your free time is spent on someone else's property. There's nothing to do. You can't mow the lawn, you can't fix the windowsill or the leaky faucet. It really is a recipe for true, actual boredom. And you know, you can watch TV, of course. There's Netflix and Hulu and Amazon Prime and Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, but you can only eat so much of the algorithm slop before you gotta put it down and game with the bros. That's the next thing you do. You game with the bro, you bunker down, you go, let's squat up, kick some ass. And Drew doesn't even have that. He has no reasonable way to game with the bros. It's a big problem. So I've got a PC that I just built him in the back of my car, along with some peripherals. We'll talk more about the specifics on that later. He currently is residing in Prescott, Arizona. He's there for work. He's actually staying at a hotel right now. And with a couple pit stops that we have on the way, it should take us about 7 hours to get there. I also hope that Drew's not a serial killer. I didn't vet any of this. I don't even know what Drew looks like. He could very well chop me up into little pieces and bury me out in the Arizona desert. And I hope he films it. I hope he continues this vlog and posts it and it does well. That would be nice if my death went viral. At that point you could say Kyle died doing what he loved. But I'd rather just give him the PC.
Dr. Grant, my dear Dr. Sattler, welcome to Jurassic Park.
Next stop is food. We're getting some food. This is I found a Reddit post from a guy who's a trucker. He mentioned this place. It's a tiny little fish taco food truck. It doesn't even have a name. So he gave coordinates. I'm following map coordinates right now from some rando on Reddit, trying to track down this secret fish taco truck like it's some kind of buried treasure. And I hope to God it's there. I hope I can find it, and I hope it's open because I'm gonna be hungry by the time I get there. It's like 2.5 hours away. All right, I'm about half an hour away from the tacos that may or may not be there. And we're about to pass Quartzite. It's a small town that has a lot of a huge RV community. I was gonna stop there for pizza. There's a really good pizza place there apparently, but I'm holding out for this taco place. Maybe I'll hit Quartzite on the way back, and we can try that pizza place on the way back home. But I would like to stop by Quartzite. It seems like an interesting town. I wonder if they have basketball games, you know, because any ticket you buy would be Quartzite seats. We're exiting. Turn right onto Vicksburg, and then another right. It's saying that it should be right around here. Wait, what is that? What's that now open sign? That looks like a junkyard. It's a tire shop. I want no rubbery tacos. There's a gas station. I don't see it. I'm gonna go inside this gas station and ask someone. Excuse me, you know if there's a fish taco truck around here?
Right over there, but I believe they're on vacation in Mexico. They haven't been there in a couple of weeks.
Oh yeah, he's on vacation.
But if you go the overpass,
Yeah.
at the bottom, you'll see a little red trailer right there. It's a taco wagon there too. He just started showing up. Might be his competition. I don't know.
All right, thanks. Did you hear that? Vacation. Dude is on vacation in Mexico. The nerve, the audacity of this taco truck guy to take a vacation when I'm doing a travel vlog. How dare you, sir? The guy did mention another taco spot up here. He said a red wagon. Oh, I think that might be it. How's it going? Could I get 2 tacos de pescado?
Right now, there's only chicken and beef tacos.
There's only chicken and beef?
Yeah.
2 of each.
Oh, 2 of each?
Yeah. Anna's Tacos. That's the name of the place. Anna's Taco, or maybe it's Tacos Anna. I don't know which way it goes. But I got 4 tacos, 2 chicken, 2 beef. They didn't have any fish tacos. I was very sad about that. They were out. They usually sell them, but they just ran out. So here we go. I'm actually really excited that there was another taco stand just down the street from where the first one was, or wasn't, rather. I'm so hungry. Oh yeah, that's a solid taco. A very solid taco. Oh my God, it's really loaded with flavor. And it's very juicy. It's very juicy, holy moly. I'm gonna need a minute. Let's talk about the PC for a minute. I did use a small form factor case for this build inside of the TR100 Thermaltake. This is a no-brainer, right? Drew travels all the time for work. He's constantly on the go. This isn't the smallest ITX case out there, but it's certainly small enough. It travels beautifully. It's also in that lovely matcha green color, which I thought was going to be a much girlier color at first. It's not, because matcha green sounds like a chick color. Every chick around the world, at least once, has been like, I want a matcha latte. But it's actually really nice, and I love the black trim. It actually kind of adds a little bit of diversity to it. Under the hood, AMD Ryzen 7 9800X3D, 8-core, 16 threads, fastest gaming CPU around right now. I had a spare one lying around, so I just donated that. All the parts for this build were either donated by me, because I had them just collecting dust, or I bought them at Micro Center. The 9800X3D is being cooled by a 240mm liquid AIO from Corsair, but I mounted the fans as intakes. I read somewhere that Thermaltake actually recommends this for this case. If you look up the images on people who have done builds in this case, almost all of them have their radiator fans at the top set to intake. Makes sense since these are the only fans in the build. If they were exhaust, then you'd probably be pulling a lot of hot air from the GPU through that fin stack, and that would probably result in less than ideal temperatures for your CPU. There's a B650 motherboard in there from Asus. It's an ROG Strix model. 48 gigs of DDR5 memory from Crucial. 5600 speed, I forget the cast latency. 1 terabyte inland SSD, M.2, PCIe Gen 4, I believe. And the GPU that I just picked up from Micro Center is the Asus Prime Radeon RX 9070 XT, AMD's current flagship GPU. Super fast, just a touch behind the RTX 5070 Ti in raster performance, but a very solid card. This is also a 2-slot card, which the TR100 actually accepts up to 3 slots, but having a 2-slot card in here actually keeps the fans further away from the side panel, which reduces turbulence and will probably help thermals a little bit. So sometimes it pays to not completely max out a build. The system runs great though. Here's a look at the TimeSpy Extreme score. Max CPU temp here was 72C. Max GPU was 61C. It runs very, very cool and quiet. As far as the peripherals go, there's a Logitech gaming mouse, gaming keyboard from Corsair with Cherry MX switches, gaming headset from Corsair, and a monitor from Titan Army. It's actually a 24-inch
2560 by 1440 panel, which you don't see too often, and it's 240 hertz. Generally speaking, you have to go up to 27 inches minimum if you want to get that higher resolution. But because of Drew's on-the-go lifestyle, I figured a 24-inch monitor might be a better fit. And also, even though the stand for this monitor is super cheap, it's completely toolless, which I don't think I've ever even seen before for a gaming monitor with similar specs as these. I think that's also going to come in handy when you're constantly setting up and tearing down your entire setup from week to week. Honestly, this is going to be a killer setup, not just for on the go, but anyone would be stoked to have this set up in their home. The gaming experience as a whole is just going to kick ass, and I think Drew's going to be very happy with it. So Google just took me down a dirt road with nothing but fields and dirt all around me. The dirt road is a little concerning because my car is literally 3 inches off the ground. It's fine right now, but if the road gets any more unwieldy, then we may have an issue. Oh shit, there's a bunny. A rabbit, bro. There's deer as well. If my car breaks down here, I'm going to cry. Oh! Made it back. I'm back on paved road. Oh, thank God. That's why I'm all about that asphalt, baby. All right, I had to make a quick pit stop. This was unplanned. I was just driving up this hill, happened to look over, and lo and behold, this incredible view. When I first glanced over, I thought it was the ocean because it's so vast, but it's quiet. The ocean is, you know, you hear the waves. This is just nothing. There's no sound. I've never been able to see so much but hear so little. Yeah, this is one of the craziest views I think I've ever seen. One last pit stop before we hit Drew's hotel. This is Watson Lake. Oh my God. Wow, I have arrived right at golden hour as the sun's setting, and this is crazy. This is nuts, dude. This is so nuts. Prescott, who knew you had it in you? It's really, really stunning. Really stunning. It looks so perfect. Everything looks perfect, almost like a set, like a movie set. It looks like, you know, it looks like Disney made it. This looks like part of Disney World. I'm waiting for the Pirates of the Caribbean ship to just roll into frame any second now. It just, it's so magical looking. Looks magical. All right, finally made it to Drew's hotel. This is awesome. Drew, you don't have to stoop to my level. You can,
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Dude, I'm just fascinated with your work, your job, your lifestyle. First of all, tell everyone and myself, like, what's your job title and what is it exactly that you do?
I am a CRO field engineer. What I basically do is I take a pre-designed fiber route and I go out and I verify it for constructability, you know, stuff like that.
How long have you been doing this kind of like hotel bouncing around lifestyle for?
Since December of 23.
How did this even come about?
I was looking for a change from my previous career. I spent 20 years with DOD. I thought I'd try something different. So here I am now. I get to work by myself, self-driven, you know, stuff like that.
When we were emailing back and forth, you said that you told me that you missed gaming. Can you give me a brief rundown of like what your gaming history is, you know, what your gaming situation was like?
So I started back in the 80s on a Commodore 64. I didn't really start PC gaming until like 2013 when I first built my own.
So maybe a 4770K or 45.
Yes.
Nice.
And I had a 780 Ti with it.
And then when did you kind of like, you know, separate from gaming and kind of how did that come about?
I don't want to say I separated from it. It's just been a lack thereof. I don't want to be lugging a ginormous PC case, which I had when I had my Skylake. I had this big monstrosity of a Corsair case. I can't be lugging stuff like that around all the time, you know.
Well, this feels like a perfect segue into showing you the PC that I just built for you. You want to see it?
Yes.
All right, cool. Let's check it out.
Oh, yeah.
I hope this size is okay for you. I think it will be. Small form factor, mini ITX build, and it's green.
I like that.
stands out a bit. I feel like some hotel rooms like can be so drab. Adding another black thing to the mix doesn't really help it. I don't know if how much you brush up on your PC specs lately, but this is rocking a Ryzen 9800X3D, which is currently the fastest gaming CPU that AMD makes. And then it's got an Asus Prime Radeon RX 9070 XT, which is the fastest GPU that AMD currently makes. You'll see that the CPU does have a liquid cooler on it, 850 watt power supply. You have 48 gigs of DDR5 memory. And there's the power button. Any questions?
Can it run Crysis?
Also on top of that, a PC is nice, but it doesn't do much without peripherals. This hotel room has a desk, right?
Yeah.
As you can see, Drew is already going to town on these fools. Certainly this is actually Drew playing and not a random YouTube video that we pulled up because the internet at this hotel is so slow we can hardly download a game ourselves. No, but overall, what are your initial first impressions of the setup and everything?
Shit, I'm stoked. I'm so impressed. Grateful for all of this. I mean, I've never had a tower this nice, ever. Thank you so much.
Got the Taco Bell after a hard day's work. Bro, I'm so ready for this. Get the sauce. Diablo. It's gotta be Diablo sauce. Diablo or nothing. Diablo or nada. And to top things off, free taco. They gave me an extra taco. Guy opens the window, hands me the bag, and he goes, there's an extra taco in there. Okay. It's the universe's way of telling me I'm skinny. It's going, man, you look good, bro. You've been working out. You don't even look like you already had 4 tacos today. Yeah, have another one. I'm a lucky ducky. They had one more room in this entire building. Got the last room, baby. Wondering if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Oh, okay. That's the first time I've seen a walk-in closet in my hotel room, so that's cool. Bathroom, I guess we're doing a little tour. You guys know what a toilet looks like? In case you forgot, there you go. Got the microwave. Microwave is a nice touch, I will say. Got the Keurig, Friggy. Nice. I could put my Taco Bell leftovers in there. Just kidding, there were no leftovers. Double bed. Yep, look at that. How fancy. Welcome, Kyle. Hilton honors member. I didn't even know I was an honors member. That's crazy. Whoa, this is like some kind of master suite. There's like a separate room because the beds are over here in this room. Then there's this doorway with this room. Maybe that's why it was $250. But that's fine, whatever. Sleeping in a bed is priceless. But this was so much fun, you know? I think the last 6 months have kind of just been, you know, revolved around picking up the pieces from my house burning down in January. And this is really one of the first times this year that I got to bring back some of that adventure into my life. Planned adventure, not surprise adventure. But yeah, I'd love to do this again. If you guys would like to see more of it, let me know. We'll maybe try a different part of the US next time. Maybe we'll go further out, different state. I still have so many of your emails to sift through, and I'm looking forward to that. But till next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a good one, and I will see y'all in the next video.